People are chimping out in this chat. There we go. Alright, yeah, really has the right idea. Fucking. It's all, yeah. So I titled this stream Inner Turmoil. And,
yeah, let's get into that. Let's get into this inner turmoil shit. Right. I need some explanations. Why the fuck are you going on a world tour visiting all your ex-girlfriends? Explain that fucking inner turmoil.
hold on. Okay, so first of all, yeah, you're talking about you're talking about 12 months from now, maybe 13, when I plan to go to Ireland and then the United Kingdom.
Yeah, you're going on a fucking world tour.
It's not okay. So I don't know if you know this or not. I'm a citizen of the EU. And
you're an immigrant then? Are you an immigrant in America?
I am technically an immigrant. Yes, I was born in Italy.
Do you have citizenship?
Yes, you dumbass. I fucking was 7 years old.
Okay, so you
no, dude, I'm hiding out from. That's why I'm in New York.
Illegally.
I'm hiding out from ICE, dude. In plain sight. No, bro. I don't, dude. The UK is a bitch because it's not part of the European Union. I don't know what your Brexit stance is, but fucking but because of that, I have to go. Like, I can fly into Ireland, not go through customs, but I have to deal with all the bullshit of fucking, of UK. Like, it's a and your fucking currency is the exchange rate's a nightmare. I mean, which isn't there's nothing to see in Northern Ireland. But yeah, I have 3 ex-girlfriends that live in the United Kingdom right now. I'll probably see 2 of them. And then the rest of the people I'm seeing are fucking friends. I'll probably link up with you so we could actually spar.
Explain it to chat. Explain it to chat. By friends, you said to me people that you've kind of been with,
No. Dude, my friends from Liverpool are I've met them in a fucking class that I had like years ago, and then they've been in New York when I still lived here, and out to LA one time. Like and they're straight like, fucking Paddy Pimlet, fucking soccer hooligan type of people. Like they so was my friend from Luton. He was the one that told me that they call it, like, for recreation, they'll call in like paramedics and just beat the shit out of them when they show up. Like, they'll call and lie and say that like somebody's like bleeding to death, and then just beat their asses for like recreation.
Oh, so you're coming all the way to the UK to see ex-girlfriends and scumbags, basically.
I mean,
people who beat up paramedics.
Bro. Okay, all right. That's my friend from Luton. He used to do that shit. Now he's like trying to get his life together, basically. But I won't be down in Luton for a long ass time because if I'm.
What, he's luring you into a trap. If he used to ring paramedics to beat them up, what the fuck's he going to do with you when you turn up? He's going to fucking rape you.
Bro, you act like I didn't do similar shit.
He's going to drag you behind. He's going to drag you behind Aldi. He's going to drag you behind Tesco, and he's going to pull your pants down, and he's going to shove something up your ass. That's what he's going to do.
All right, listen. I know that, like,
while we're on the game,
I know that. Hold on. I know when you're Lollipop Guild, fucking Abbey Road, like sheltered community, fucking, what are they called? The fucking gated community. Sorry, that nothing like that ever happened around you. But we have
you're getting molested. You're going to Luton and you're going to get molested.
All right, listen. So we have what's called Devil's Night in New York, where we engage in hardcore property damage.
We engage in molesting. I've been molested a few times in New York.
Molestation training. So I'm fully prepared. I want.
do they prep you like clench training?
I won't. No, he's like, okay, so like him and his brother fucking. So his brother's a drug addict. So he fucking got rid of his brother. They were like living together and shit. And now he's like getting his life together. That's one friend in Luton. The rest of them all have like fucking jobs. The Liverpool, like the ones in Liverpool, they have jobs and shit.
Well done on them having fucking jobs.
Bro, no, they live like you. They fucking, bro, they live like you. The only difference between them and you is they support a better soccer team, bro. They fucking work and then
phoning paramedics and beating them up.
That's Luton guy, bro. I'm talking about the fucking Scousers from Liverpool, bro. They do what you do. They go to work and then they fucking take it out on their girlfriends and go to the pub and beat each other's asses over football. Wow, I just said football.
What? That sounded fucking weird. Say that again. Beating on asses. What the fuck?
No, I said they beat each other's ass. Dude, you have a talent for making. You have a talent for inserting homoeroticism into everything.
About that, because I sat in your chat waiting for you to post that link for nearly 45 minutes, and all you kept doing is calling your chat gay, and I'm thinking,
I wasn't calling my chat gay. They were calling each other gay. They were calling each other gay. Listen. I'm just trying to stop the homoeroticism. My chat was calling each other gay. I was trying to infuse.
You were calling everyone fucking gay. You were. Not your chat. I was in here. You were calling all your chat gay, and I'm thinking, why? How was he new?
I was calling my chat gay.
If they're gay, is if you're sampling. That's the only reason you know.
Yeah, so your theory is that I've had homosexual encounters with every member of my chat.
No,
or is that your theory or your fantasy?
There's a few specific people that you called out. Haunter, is it? Or whatever his fucking name is. Haunter was one of them.
Haunter owes me fucking money. Okay? Yeah, he could work. Yeah, bro. Haunter, I know you're... Haunter's actively in this chat right now, so I need Haunter to know that if he wants to, he could work off that.
He doesn't want the money. He wants you.
No, I want you to offer after a hard day's work. Brutally Honest needs some relief, and Haunter, you could work off that $50.
Fucking hell! If you're a mod in here or whatever the fuck you are, you a member, I'd get running before he fucking gets on you.
Bro, Haunter is a 40-year-old man who, like,
I don't judge, Gilly. If you like 40-year-old men, I do not judge. But you're the one.
Well, I mean, dude, I
calling him gay.
I get on with you just fine, and you're like 57. So I mean, yeah.
hey, the other week I went fucking Specsavers, and I went in for have my eyes tested, and the fucking young girl behind the counter, she went, "There's no way you're 40. There's no fucking way." She went round the whole of Specsavers, asking everyone, "How old do you think he is?" And not a single person said I was above 29. So fuck you.
Damn. No, yeah. And did she suck your dick after?
No, I've got a nurse. I've got a nurse for that.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And I guess over there you guys don't. You like. But like, so you and the nurse are exclusive. You don't do like the thing where it's like you and the nurse are going out looking for a girl. Like,
are we in an open relationship? No, we're not.
No, not an open relationship.
No, I'm not interested. If that's what you're hinting at.
No. Brutally, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to set up a.
It's
no. I was just
like you're alluding.
I was just curious if you and the nurse ever indulge in another girl being allowed into the bedroom with the two of you. Never. I mean, all's fair.
It's not for me. It's not for me. Hey, we've got a lot to cover. Actually, we've got a lot to cover. What do you think of the Canelo Crawford fight?
Bro, I had Crawford, and it's similar to how the Eddie Hall Pudzianowski fight. It's like just one of those. It's like it was so clear to me far in advance, and like for the reasons that people thought the opposite, like everybody did. I mean, it was just and like the confirmation was at the weigh-ins when they each weighed in at 167.5 pounds. I'm thinking to myself, there's no way like Terrence Crawford had to put on weight for that. Canelo consistently cuts, and and the way that Crawford fought was very the peppering of the jab, like the way he would circle out and avoid Canelo's power shots.
His footwork was amazing. He was fluid. He was dancing around. He just made it stylistically good to watch. And
he really did.
He disrupted Canelo. Canelo just couldn't put anything together. He disrupted
Did you see Canelo's expression between some of the rounds? He looked almost as emotionally broken as Yuri did after the first round and the second Alex Pereira fight. Like just the look on his.
Yeah, he seemed frustrated. Like he didn't know how to change the fight, and that is saying something when it's Canelo. Canelo's a fucking world class boxer, so when he's acting like that, it shows you how good Crawford actually is.
Yeah, Crawford. I genuinely believe Crawford to be like the last great boxer, and people would be like, "Oh, he's not the GOAT. He's not whatever." It's like he's got a good 5 more years in him, and and who's to say like
into like 38.
Yeah, no, he is, but he, I mean, dude, you could. I mean, I was talking to Betty about this before. I mean, George Foreman, I mean, there's plenty of examples of.
I think that's heavyweights though. Heavyweights and cruiserweights, they can extend their career at fucking...
That is true. I mean, Thomas Hearn, Tommy Hearns, he comes to mind also because he was able to to move across weight classes. I think five. He had championships across 5 weight classes. Like, I mean, and what's Crawford at now? 4?
I thought it was lightweight, welterweight, super welter, and then
he just
middle.
Was this middleweight or super middleweight? No. Yeah, it was
something like that. Or was it welterweight, super welterweight, middleweight, super middleweight? I think it was.
This was just super middleweight. Yeah,
so it'd be welter, super.
Dude, can we briefly? Can we discuss how stupid it is that boxing weight classes are separated by like 4.5 pounds?
Yeah, but I get that. I kind of get that. Don't forget, it makes you have more champions across boxing, and you've got a lot more fighters in boxing. Boxing's saturated with fighters, whereas MMA isn't at that level in terms of it's a young sport still. Don't forget, we're all advocating for more weight divisions in MMA.
I'm not, to be honest, unless you see, okay, if you were gonna do more weight divisions, like a 165 division is retarded to me, right? But like what might make sense would be if you put a division in between current light heavyweight and heavyweight. Like
no, not a cruiser. Right. First of all, light heavyweight and heavyweight do not have the amount of fighters to cater for that.
Well, heavyweight really doesn't, but there's plenty of middleweight. Heavyweight does not. You're right, but there are plenty of light heavyweights and middleweights that fluidly can go.
Not enough. Going back to 165.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you upped the weight limit, see, like you could go in one of 2 ways, right? You could take middleweight up to like 190 or 195. And add. I mean, you could insert like maybe 2 more weight classes, but it would be at the higher levels. People want it. It's like 165 is fucking stupid.
No, it isn't. The reason why it's not stupid though is because there's a saturation of fighters in lightweight and welterweight, and then what that creates is another champion. So
I mean, I guess, but then but then what do you do? So then you'd have, because like that. What I'm saying is like, okay, so if you make it a 10 instead of 15 pound difference between lightweight and welterweight, then what do you do with fighters that are like Jeff Neal, for example, who cuts 30 pounds to make 170? Like, where does he go?
Well, he stays at 170. Why would he go?
I mean, so you have you add 165 and you have a
no, you'd have 165, wouldn't you? And then you'd move it up to welterweight to 175.
Okay, so 10 pound differences, and then middleweight stays at, so okay, so then let's say you made middleweight 190. Okay, then what?
I think you could keep middleweight at 185. I don't see a
That
problem.
dude, that's so like you'd have so many Kevin Hollands like just fucking going up and down and being
that happens anyway. Look, you get Kevin Holland going up and down. You get fucking Amzat going up and down. You get
dude. Are you, dude? Let me ask you a question, dude. Are you? Because I've never been a fan of like fighters like just fucking just hopping around weight classes. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, I think like, for example, Pereira going up to light heavyweight. I mean, he's naturally, that's where he belongs. I think Buckley belongs down on 170. You know, but like if you, for example, like Chris Curtis fighting at 170 for the first time in his life at 37 years old. I mean, he won, but that was an arguable robbery, and he looked like shit. You know, like, you know, people tend to do it late in their career.
I'm not thinking about it in terms of like what makes sense for the fighters. I'm talking about, I've got a business head on. If you're the UFC, why wouldn't you want another champion? Especially around those weight classes like welter and fucking lightweight, when you've got so many potential stars. Like you've got your fucking the people who haven't got belts right now. Look at like Charles, who is a fan favorite. That is why they created the fucking BMF, is because they
I mean, they created the BMF for Masvidal and Nate Diaz, and that shit made sense.
They've only continued that shit because they've got so many fighters around those weight divisions, and it makes sense to make another belt, and that's why the BMF continued.
I mean, honestly, so UFC to make sense of a 5-round fight for Holloway and Gaethje, it made sense. You know, it made sense for Poirier's retirement, because obviously he wasn't gonna fight for the belt. You know, but like, does it? I mean, the BMF belt's annoying, but like, you know, I mean, I see your point, but like, it would, so yeah, because I agree that in the upper weight classes, yeah, you could use another thing. Because like theoretically at heavyweight, you could be anywhere from 207 to 266 pounds. It's a massive, you know, and that's why, and it's like that's why like most of the best heavyweights are anywhere from like 247 to 257. You know, like.
Eventually, they'll introduce more weight classes. It's just at this time, I don't think they've got the fighters to cater for it.
Yeah, I mean, dude, they're really scraping the bottom to try to get new heavyweights. I mean, I think have you seen? Did you look at the If you looked at the first fight on the Olberg Reyes card, there's like an Australian and an American heavyweight. They both look like shit, bro. Like, and they sign them just straight out of their regional promotions, and they're fighting each other. They got Justin Taffa fighting this Scottish like fucking can, and like, you know, it's like they're grabbing any heavyweights that they can. I think like honestly, the guy that what's his name that just annihilated Tybura, and him and Mario Pinto might be the only ones that have come in that like have like any promise, that are like newer. And I like the heavyweight division. I mean, I wish it was better.
What were your thoughts on the Mexican card and all the Mexicans getting layups?
Bro, dude. I don't think Aguilar got a layup, and I've had Aguilar in all his fights. I was only wrong about Estevam, and he almost beat Estevam. So I mean,
Well,
I think
the majority like got
Rafa
fucking layups,
Garcia
like,
got a. There were only 5 of them, and Rafa Garcia got Jared Gordon post car crash, but still, Jared Gordon. I still think Jared Gordon fought stupidly. But yeah, Montserrat Rendon. Like, I'll be honest, I picked Alice Pereira, and it's like, I'm thinking about Rendon. I'm like, okay, she's got one more professional.
You do know Alice has fucking got like strikes on a record for illegitimate fights. Like,
No, I do. That was just I mean, that was me being like that.
Prior to the UFC debut, she had 4 or 5 fights. 2 were fucking ineligible, and she's 19 years old. You can't get more of a layup than that. Like that's mad.
Sure. And it's weird that Rendon is like one of the, like, I mean, I guess, what was she, 1-1 in the UFC, split decision, and then she was finished, or unanimous decision over some Russian. But the one that was what's his name? Was it Santiago Luna? Right, the one that knocked out Quang Lee.
Oh yeah, yes, Luna.
Yeah,
Again,
Luna.
another fucking layup.
I mean, it's like you say that, but Lee fucking, I mean, coming off that submission. I mean, he was chinnable, but like, I mean, he was coming off a, fairly impressive submission win. Luna hadn't displayed the best grappling. I mean, I don't know that, and it's his first time in the octagon. I don't know if that was necessarily a layup. I mean, and only 5 Mexicans on the fucking card, and the card was in San Antonio. It's like, why even do a Noche card every year? Doesn't really even make sense to me. Like,
it doesn't make sense to me. And fucking Calvin Fatboy Gastelum.
Dude, I had Gastelum, and I was like, Dustin Stoltzfus is so inconsistent, bro. Like, that, I don't know.
Let's just speak about Calvin's embarrassing fucking fat.
Yeah, dude, he has a mukbang channel.
He's at middleweight, and he's still fucking.
I know, yeah, bro. I laughed my fucking ass off when he missed weight by 5 pounds.
In the fight, his fucking arse comes out. Like, fuck me. Like, just.
He's always been a fat kind of embarrassment, bro. Like, I mean, dude, Chris Barnett is the same height at heavyweight, and he's more athletic and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Gastelum, dude, Gastelum should stick to his fucking food reviews, bro. He's, but I say that, but then again, he's been, he beat T-Rod, and he lost his last fight, but he's beat Stoltzfus. I mean, dude, Stoltzfus almost beat Ruzaboyev in his last fight. Like, he's inconsistent, but like, he's no joke when he subbed Soriano and shit. I mean, he had to have gotten fined like 40% of his purse for that for missing weight by 5 fucking pounds.
I honestly, I don't know why Calvin even fights. Like, he probably gives off his pace away nearly every fight because he's.
I mean, sure, but I mean, the win bonus probably evens it out, right? I mean. And he's been in the UFC for so long that, like, they're paying him a lot.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised they've not cut him because of how they pay the fighters and to pay fight you go up in your contract. So he's probably on mega money fighting.
Yeah, he is. And dude, what's it called? Not Bloody Elbow, but MMA Junkie. They'll publish like what each fighter actually made. And yeah, he made a fuckload, dude. Like, before the fine to his purse, it was, and taxes, 150,000, I think, plus plus a win, and then everybody.
Was he the highest paid fighter on that card?
No. I think, I mean, it probably would have been Jared Gordon, you'd think, right? I mean, well, okay, if we're including win bonuses, let me think. Who the fuck was on there that's been around forever? Maybe Diego Ferreira. Yeah, I mean the weight miss, like, I mean that's a significant amount of money. I mean, who maybe Stoltzfus was for how much of he got of Gastelum's purse.
Well, it's showing here.
Who got bonuses? Actually, I haven't looked at that.
The compliance payouts, he got the most, $21,000.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. How much did Diego Ferreira get? Because it should be about the same now.
16.
Oh wow, okay. What about and then fucking who else? Who has been around forever? Fucking what's his name that won that robbery over Puelas? Joaquim Sola. And that was a robbery.
11,000. Yeah.
Dude, that was see, and he's fucking Brazilian. I don't know why they robbed his ass. I mean, Puelas gave it up smooth. The last 40 seconds of the third round, I mean, he still won the fucking round, but like, I mean, if he hadn't, if he hadn't gotten lazy and let himself be taken by force, basically in the last 40 seconds. Like, I mean,
to more gayness again. Fucking
bro, I mean, for fuck's sake, dude, it's like, what was he doing? Bro, it was fucking stupid.
I haven't spoken to you for a while. So, what are your thoughts on this Charlie Kirk shit? I haven't heard your opinion on it.
I think that okay, all right. Like, I mean, honestly, bro, it's like in the United States, freedom of speech is pretty sacrosanct. So it's like, you can't just fucking kill people, like, But at the same time, I have to say, I'm sorry. It was hilarious that when they caught the guy that did it, they found that he had a bunch of bullets, and engraved on those bullets were things such as, if you're reading this, you're gay.
You're gay.
And
yeah.
ciao Bella, ciao Bella, ciao Bella, ciao Bella. Yeah, I mean, the dude I still think for like assassin of the year, like Luigi Mangione gets it, but maybe that's biased.
You've got a top 10 fucking assassins list.
Oh, 100%, dude. Just like dude, me and four of my friends had a death pool. Who would die first? Of Bill Cosby, John McAfee, Harvey Weinstein, and Jeffrey Epstein. Who would be the first to die? And like, I went with Cosby because obviously he's the oldest and he was in prison. Motherfucker gets released from prison. He's alive to this day. Somehow my one friend got John McAfee right. He's probably the one that like fucking like tapped in and had him hang himself in a jail cell or whatever.
So what's the feeling like in America right now?
I mean, it's
the vibe. Are people?
It's very, very divisive. It's very divisive because, like, dude, it's it's you have to understand how partisan things are in the United States. Like, so liberals are celebrating his fucking death, like Afghanistan was celebrating 9/11, and then Republicans are acting like he was Abraham Lincoln. You know what I mean? Like, it's just it's like it's fucking like no one's. No one's just being like, yeah, like he's horrible, shouldn't have been killed. Like, I disagree with it's either good riddance, he deserved it, or he was a martyr and there should be a statue of him, And it's just
what is wrong with liberals at the moment in terms of the dehumanizing the right-wing politics in America, in America and in the UK.
I mean, what started to happen, like, in this, like, there's a notable point during COVID in the US, right? There's what unemployment is, right? Like, the government pays a certain amount of money to, like,
I mean, dude, what unemployment is. Yeah, I mean, you're either employed or you're not employed. It's one of the.
Well, no, unemployment payments from the government, right? It's a thing. Okay. It's like Social Security, yeah. So during COVID, because a lot of people are out of work, obviously, right? there was a blanket of like, basically between $300 and $600 on top of people's monthly unemployment payments. And so Nancy Pelosi, who was Speaker of the fucking House at the time, who was a Democrat, there was like a meeting in the Senate where like basically Democrats wanted a higher amount, right? For people like, they wanted like $600. Republicans wouldn't go higher than like 300 or 400, right? So Nancy Pelosi like basically outs herself as just like a partisan politician that doesn't give a fuck about her constituents by basically just walking. Like she's like, all right, you won't accept like the higher, no, like knowing that everybody who needs this money needs any fucking like whatever they can get, right? It's like it's not even good politics, right? What she should have done is like called a press conference afterwards and she should have been like, okay, they'll only go this high no matter what. And then say at a press conference, I fought hard for you people, and they wouldn't go higher than this, and I know that everybody needs. Instead of doing that, it's just hardline partisan politics, and it's like that, and a couple of other moments just made it kind of like clear to even like the average dumbass that like it's not like basically no one gives a fuck, and like especially the Democratic Party, which is to say liberals, right? Like they've sort of like starting with COVID. I mean, a little bit before that, but basically they've made it abundantly clear how agenda driven and partisan they are, in a way that's very stark. And they've also they've also done things like try to, dude, so Trump was on trial. They tried to and then in 3 states during the election, this most recent election, they tried to have laws changed so that somebody who was even, like charged with a federal crime had to fucking or was incapable of running for president, like just to fucking take Trump out of the election. They were so desperate to do that, like so it's like there's they're trying to change the laws. They're fucking they're like the First Amendment basically applies to like you can't be arrested for for whatever kind of speech, right? But it basically, when somebody's livelihood, like if you fucking like if you get fired, you remember like Bodak had like you remember he because he worked at like kind of a woke spot, like he didn't want like YouTube shit or whatever interfering with that, or kind of the other way around, whatever the fuck, right?
Hang on. Like, did you just say Bodak was woke?
No, he worked at a woke right? Oh. You remember that? Yeah, where he worked. Yeah, he finally quit working there, I think, because they were super.
I think I vaguely remember him talking.
Yeah. So that's like rampant in the United States, where it's like shit in your you like my girl this girl that my girlfriend worked with, like some shit she posted on Twitter she just got fired for, like and that's her private Twitter, like you can't find it, just like like if you just work with her and shit. Somebody ratted her out.
In the UK that is illegal. In the UK, that we have laws in place that if your company finds something that you say on social media, providing it's not like fucking extremism, like right. Stupidly extreme, but if you have an opinion on something and they can't fire you over it, they can't take action.
Right. Oh, what's up, Kyrie? Sorry, I just saw Kyrie in chat. Yeah, dude. So that doesn't exist in the United States, but also, like, I mean, there are certain things, like you could sue a company for firing you for certain things, but like basically, private companies can do whatever they want. So it's almost it's a way of getting around the First Amendment, because it's like, okay, we're not putting you in jail, but we're coming for your livelihood. It's like, it's basically, might as well be censorship. And like, liberals, the thing is, like, liberals used to be, like, I mean, or at least like, on paper, right? Liberals believed in, in free, in free speech and intellectual discourse and all that shit, right? now it's like, it's fucking fascism. Things have swung the other way. Like, before Elon Musk bought Twitter, right? Twitter had banned Donald Trump and fucking like Andrew Tate. And Andrew Tate's a fucking, he's a fuckwit piece of shit, right? But like, how soon before they ban somebody who isn't, right? And the president of the United States, it's like, whether or not you agree with him, it's like Twitter's a huge, so like, I mean, and that's why it's like, you say what you want about Elon Musk, but it's like, who else has got a spare 40 billion to fucking buy the shit and reactivate everybody's accounts and just let the fucking shit roll? Like, I mean, so there's and because of that, there's a lot of backlash against it. And then Trump, puts Musk on his cabinet, and then it's just everything's very, very divisive. And the truth about the United States is that it's an oligarchy that's run by a ruling class. That really is the truth. And like, you can identify that by just looking at the dude in my lifetime. The person that's won the popular vote for president has lost the election because you have an electoral college, which invalidates the popular vote, which is essentially anti-democracy. And it's like, all this shit is obvious, but like, there's like social engineering in place to keep people anti-utilitarian and fucking, like on TikTok and fucking, like nobody will do anything that involves going out of their way or their pursuit of like something that, it's anything that's divisive is good for an oligarchy. So, all these issues and Israel is a huge fucking problem too. And I believe, honestly, this is like conspiratorial, but I believe like the US's support for Israel, to a large extent is like, is another method of doing that. It keeps people distracted from the actual structure of, of the United States economy. And it's all dicks and no holes, man. Everybody's trying to fuck everybody, pretty much.
Well, on the day that I haven't looked into this properly yet, but I saw something about on the day that Charlie Kirk got assassinated, weren't they suppressing the Jeffrey Epstein files? The very day that he got murdered.
September 10th is when they suppressed the Epstein files. So that might have been fuck me. What day did he get assassinated? Jesus, it might have been the same day. Now, so I mean that's one of those things though where it's like, it's like, I don't know. It's like you have like the guy, the kid that tried to assassinate Trump, right? Like a lot of like liberal conspiracy theorists were saying that was an inside job because he got that goated picture out of it where he's like pumping his fist with his like half his ear missing and shit.
I don't believe that anyone would take the risk of being shot in the head.
Exactly.
No one's going to go right. Just shoot me in the ear.
Yeah, no, of course.
I don't get shot in the head just so I can get a fucking picture moment. No one's that fucking stupid. Well, maybe I reckon you do.
No, it's that's definitely not true.
Your mates do it,
dude. His So I mean,
you know how you've got this. You've got all your mates betting on who's going to die. Has anyone? Got you? Has anyone got you?
Nah, dude. It's public domain figures, and that was a one-time thing, bro.
Your public domain. You're getting up there with the subs.
Dude, like
you pissed a lot of people off.
True that.
As well. You're an immigrant. You piss people off. You're a public figure. You're on the internet spouting big views.
I feel like these are the things that you look at yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, like, to get yourself.
I'm just saying,
motivated.
Like, if I was a betting man.
You think I'm going to be assassinated?
I'd put a little bit on you. I'd put a few dollars on you.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, we could do a death pool. I mean,
all I would say is, have you made up with Vinny? And if you haven't, I'd probably.
Have I made up with dude?
Yeah,
Dude, Vinny is the most.
I'd mend those bridges because
With Vinny, he's the most hard, bro. Okay, brutally, you took a picture of Vinny. You taped it to a chair on Frankie's panel. I was on panel. You took a bat
I remember that.
and beat a fake Vinny. To death. It would have been to death if it was actually him.
Between us.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, Vinny's essentially hiding out from the state of Florida. I mean, violating his parole. So, but also, I mean, do you really believe Vinny's a danger to anybody?
Vinny wouldn't get in our country, but the way the UK is going right now, they'd probably give him an hotel and pay him to come over.
Well, yeah, because he's a fake Muslim. All he has to do is like show his Muslim papers, and they'll let him right in. Right? You guys have an interesting immigration policy.
Yeah, the immigration policy is very strange right now. So yeah, I was about to say, yeah, I'm protected by the government, but not really.
No one's ever protected by the government fully. But one thing, Black Betty told me about months ago that I actually had no idea about is how in the UK, like skilled jobs, like fucking neurosurgeons and and tech jobs have like a no whites need applied type thing where it's like it's like we in the United States there was what's called affirmative action in the 90s. There was like sort of like the same thing, but it was mostly having to do with municipal workers, right? Like like firemen, shit like that. In the UK, you guys have, I forget what it's called. There's like isn't there a name for it that stands for something like 4 letters that stands for it? But it's like basically like only like they try to keep they're basically it's like a battering ram way of like evening things out racially, but with like skilled positions. Like when he showed me that, what's
the tier? Are you on about the 2-tiered shit?
Might be that.
Hitting quotas. I know. Are you on about like public jobs? Yeah, I don't know too much about that, but yeah, I've heard it's a thing. I've heard a few people say that that they have to employ a certain amount of
at like hospitals and shit though. Like what I mean, like doctors.
I mean,
which is crazy.
No, part of that is I only know this because of the nurse. Is there's too many positions that we can't fill because there isn't enough. Like for nurses, for example, there's not enough nurses, so they will immigrate nurses from like Indian, like Thailand or somewhere, India,
right.
But that's because there's not enough jobs. Like
that's like that makes sense to me, and I remember that was like the crux originally of like that argument that Bodak and JVD got in, where like. And I like, dude, I have to say, honestly, like, Bodak, I can't believe he kept his cool for so long. Like, JVD was just fucking, like, screaming and retarded. Like, I mean, but, I mean, because that does make sense. Like, those people have the skills to fill those jobs. But, like, I mean, the problems arise. Like, the problem with affirmative action in the United States was that basically it was racial-based quotas that had fuck all to do with like anything but that. So it's like, it's like, essentially it's like, if you fill these minimum requirements.
I'm not against immigration. If you're immigrating to fill jobs, if you're immigrating to fill population in certain areas, there's good types of immigration. But when people are coming in on boats who are unskilled, nothing to offer, possibly criminals, right? You know who the fuck they are, and then the government are paying for them to be in hotels and
so we have a big thing with that here with Venezuelan migrants specifically, right? So so I don't know if you know the state of Venezuela right now. It's the second highest murder rate in the world after Honduras, I believe, and kidnappings are rampant. So all these Venezuelan migrants, there's an initiative whereby they're given issued bank cards for $10,000, right? So first of all, imagine being like a homeless guy, right? You're just laying on the street in front of this building, watching all these like migrants file in and out and walking out with 10 grand. You're just sitting there homeless, right? So there's a social unrest that arises from that. More importantly, right, there's no path to like actual naturalization, right, as like immigrants, like towards so they're basically kept with a ceiling over them as how far they could rise in American society. So based on that, right, you're creating a slave class because they can't, they're not actually becoming citizens. Because it used to be, bro, it's like immigrants come over, they have to pass all these tests, right, to get naturalized. A lot of times they have to renounce citizenship to the country they came from. And it's like they work their asses off, and then their kids get to grow up American and go to, right? It's like that shit's like, basically over. And, now it's like, and also, Venezuelan migrants, I mean, like the level, I mean, there's a lot of people, it's like it's hard to say that people blow it out of proportion when Venezuelan migrants are the propensity towards violence, and they're like raping teenagers and fucking like stabbing people and shit. And that, I mean, there's a very, very strong like crime problem with them because they're coming from a place where it's like if you're in jail in Venezuela, you're playing soccer with the fucking severed head of one of the corrections officers. That's a real thing, by the way. Like, yeah.
The problem is, like, I'd take the Venezuelans over what we're getting right now because I was watching Liam Tufts. If no one's seen his stuff, I'd go check out it. He does some good podcasts with some good people. And I very much believe the same as Liam Tufts that sooner or later in the UK, we're going to get one of the biggest terrorist attacks, bigger than 9/11, because of what's happening with immigration right now. I do believe that we're going to be in.
So what country
situation?
What country do you put the source of like the majority of the immigration that might lead to that on?
I think it's. Well, I don't know the specific countries because I don't follow the immigration that well. I know it's some Somalis, Afghans. They're coming from a lot of majority Muslim countries that are backed with like not all of them. Like this isn't like the all terrorist type of conversation, but within the groups that we're taking in, all these people that are coming in the boats, to tell me that there isn't terrorists sneaking into the country would be a fucking lie. It would be a straight up lie.
No, of course.
I do believe eventually we'll see one of the world's biggest terrorist attacks in the United Kingdom because of it.
Well, I mean, terrorist attacks are usually incepted by like terrorist cells from members of other countries. Although you do have people that get radicalized, like the Boston Marathon bombing, where it's like like two brothers that were raised in the United States. They were Chechen, and like one went back to Chechnya, comes back radicalized, and talks his younger brother into like bombing bullshit. But like, I mean that it kind of makes sense what you're saying, but like, so like Somalia, by the way, it's like where a lot of them are coming from is super important because like the difference between Venezuela and even like honestly even like a place like most Mexican immigrants. Like, I mean, just like if you
don't forget, Somalia they have a lot of gangs in Somalia.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, like, Somalia is a dangerous place.
Who are backed by there's a lot of fucking Muslim terrorist groups in Somalia. That's my point. It's like Somalia. It's like if you think about it, it's like certain groups of immigrants you just can't expect them to be able to adjust to like a first world culture and integrate into society, given that they're like fresh from a place of like lawless anarchy and shit. And then like just commonplace like horrendous acts of violence. Whereas like I imagine like a lot of people from like wherever the fuck, like Pakistan or India, it's like they're just coming there because they're qualified for certain jobs. But I mean,
I don't know, man. Like, I mean, do you think it's like I mean, is there an atmosphere of paranoia over there, like the way there was in the U.S. like after 9/11?
I think there's become there is a lot. I don't even think it's paranoia anymore. I mean, we're seeing it. We're seeing it because there's a guy called Charlie Veach who goes Manchester every single day, and he just films what's happening in Manchester. And we have a lot of auditors and stuff like that reporting what's happening. Like they go into these places, they go into the hotels, they go into the streets. Like in Manchester city centre, you'll see Afghan gangs, criminals, and not all of them are terrorist organizations or whatever, but there's criminals and there's Afghans who are drug dealers, and when shit goes wrong, they're stabbing people up in the streets. Like it's things that we're not used to seeing. Like people just in broad daylight stabbing each other up on a regular basis. We're seeing it. It's being reported. I'd say the paranoia is justified.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I've seen some footage just from London that looks fucking. Yeah, I mean, one thing is like, I mean, you guys have, I mean, guns aren't commonplace, so it's like, I mean, you have a stabbing epidemic, right? And like, there's a lot. See, the thing is, like over there, you guys have a lot more like just street level, face to face violence. It's like it's very. There's not like in the United States, man. It's like people. People are like there's more gun violence for sure. In the UK, it's less, but it's like there's violent sentiment and social unrest. A lot of that is like you're like, I mean, historically European types of, but I just don't see like Europe being, I mean, see, because I was talking to somebody that said that like countries in the EU were, would be at war with each other, and it's like there's no fucking way that that's gonna happen. Like, it's like you're talking about thousands of years of like being torn apart by a fucking war, where the US is a fucking young country, and it's just violence is so infused in the culture. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It seems like though in the UK there's like this, like I said, this like battering ram type of like effect that goes on. It's like, dude, I'm watching a Premier League game on Peacock, right? And they have a slogan that says "No room for racism." And I'm like, is that real? Like, I'm laughing my head. Like, they really just fucking have to like have this thing that says "No room for racism." It's like, I mean, what's going on with this shit? Like, is it that bad at a soccer game? Like, I mean, I know, dude. I know shit gets.
It is.
Yeah, no, I know shit gets fucking rough at soccer game. I mean, it happens in Italy too, but like, is it purely race based? I mean, because like, I know like a brawl between Liverpool and Man United fans will fucking, but like, I mean, goddamn,
Yeah. So
no room.
when I was, I don't go that many football games these days, but when I was about 14, I remember it was Liverpool versus Stoke at Stoke, and it was a cup game, and we're losing. But I don't know. Do you remember Esky? I don't know if you'll know him, but Esky, he's a black footballer. He was sat on the bench, and all the Stoke fans who were sat behind him, well, not all, but a lot of Stoke fans that were sat behind him were spitting on him, shouting racial slurs at him for the entire match while he was sat on the bench. They were making monkey jokes. They were making loads of racial slurs. They were using the N-word, and they were spitting on him. They were throwing shit at him. And yeah, it can be that bad. I wouldn't say it's always that bad, but that's an experience I had.
That's pretty good. Wouldn't you, dude? If you had to be him taking that shit, or you had to be David Beckham when people would chant "Posh Spice takes it up the ass," like, what do you think which one do you think would be harder to keep your cool on there?
I mean, I wouldn't care if someone was saying my girlfriend takes up the ass. You just turn
No,
around.
but you know what I'm talking about, right?
I fucking do. I
I,
slam it in there all day.
no, but you know what I'm talking about, right? For like how many that wasn't that more than just one season of Man United where like every single game, like he couldn't be on the field without that shit.
Yeah, I mean, he was laughing. Like, who cares? Like stuff like that.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I mean,
I don't know. I get a bit of banter, but there's lines, and when people like it's the spitting. Like, I mean,
yeah,
is one thing, but like spitting and throwing shit at, it's they were seething. That's the difference. Like someone chanting a song is very different than fucking being, like people seething, and like if you walked over to them, they'd probably hit you in that moment because
and I get it, dude. Like seething is a good word because Roger Jackson, right? But it's like that's an example, right? Of like, so that's one of those things where it's like had he reacted in the moment when the guy slammed like the can? It's like I don't know if that's like a fucking. I guess that's like a thing in professional wrestling, which I have nothing to do with and never would want to. But like, like in the moment where the guy like he crushed like some can on his head and like whatever the fuck. If he reacted right then, right, it could be argued that it was self defense. But he spent like 2 hours seething and talking about how he was gonna like kill the dude, and then rush the stage.
It wouldn't have been self defense because what happened in that clip is he put his hand on his head and he slammed the can into his own hand. Like he didn't actually slam it on his head. If you watch the video, he puts his hand on his head because
I mean, I'm not excusing shit. I'm just saying that it's like it's like
hit him with the can, then it could be self defense, but it wouldn't self-defense. It wouldn't even be in self defense in that moment because it was fake. He faked.
Right. Sure. My point though is that it's like you talk about like seething and like there's like a bigger thing of like people just not reacting in the moment. Also not like no dialogue in the moment.
I just want to address Mailson. We do have self defense laws. We do. We very much do. We don't have fucking. We have reasonable force. That's what our self-defense laws are. So self-defense in the UK is reasonable force. If there's levels to it. Like if someone's pushing into you, you can kick them, you can hit them, you can punch them. Like if someone's coming up to you in a aggressive manner, you can attack them. You can't. If you think in a court of law, it would be self-defense. It's all about reasonable force. Where it does get a bit fucking ridiculous is in the UK, if you murdered someone or killed someone in self-defense, then you're most likely going to prison. You're going to go to prison for manslaughter. That's where it gets. But you can attack someone in self-defense if it's like a punch. If you do know, like if you don't kill them, then
so let's say. So, okay, that's interesting. So in the United Kingdom, so let's say I break into your house, right? And I have a hatchet, right? You have a switchblade, right? And you pull your switchblade. I swing my hatchet. I get you in the shoulder, but you're able to stab me, and I wind up dying. You immediately call the police, right? They show up. I've died. You clearly. Like I broke into your house. There's evidence that I broke in, right? You woke up to someone trying to kill you who like forcibly entered your house. You would still be charged with manslaughter. You think?
It's possible. Like this is where UK law. Technically, we reasonable force is a bit. It's a bit weak. It is a bit weak in terms
of... That's crazy because
unlike how you have stand your ground laws and stuff like that in certain states.
Yeah, certain states. Yeah,
we sort of have stand your ground laws, but it's reasonable force. But when someone's breaking into your property, it's called something else, and it's in America. It's not stand your ground. It's
Well, I mean, if you're in your own home, I mean, you basically, I mean, so, well, I mean, actually, the bigger problem in the United States is what is with police in the United States. Like, cops are their own race of people, by the way, and like you could see that by there was, I think it was,
That's the same in the UK. Like in
I
the
mean,
UK, yeah.
I mean, I believe it, but like in the United States, like, so, but there's a lot what they call necessary force, right? So, for and this is specific to police officers, like there were 5 black cops pulled over a black guy in Tennessee. This is early last year, like, and literally, there's footage of them literally they take him out of his car and just literally just beat him to death, like basically, like, and that's 5 black guys and a black guy, right? It's like and then there's if in like 2006 in New York, this one cop shot this guy named Sean Bell. This one cop got off 50 shots. He shot him 50 times, which means reloading like 3 times, right? Like necessary force, dude, and shit like that. It's like, it's like that, that shit's pretty badly regulated and happens all the time. Like the big cases that get reported on are like, not even scratching the surface. And like, and so there's also in the United States, there's like, I mean, you can't trust police basically. Like, I mean, and in the UK, like, I don't know. I get the sense that it's not as bad in the UK as far as that goes. But maybe I
don't know. We had like, I don't know if you remember. It's probably about 10 years ago. There was riots all up and down the country in London, Manchester, all the big cities because I can't remember. I just know it was a black guy and he got shot in somewhere in London, and it caused riots all up and down the country because of it.
That's crazy. I mean, that's crazy because, like, I mean, what, is that because, like, that happens in the United States, and, like, it usually happens when, like, people get shot, like, on, there's a million. It's like, it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. It's almost like commonplace. Like, people are bored. It's like, oh, another fucking unarmed, like, person just got lit up by, like, by cops, like, who have the flimsiest of excuses. And it's crazy. Like, when I say it's almost point, it's like that people are so numb to it. Like,
I've just pulled up some cases in regards to self-defense in the UK. So in 2018, a guy stabbed and killed an intruder during a struggle. He got released without charge, and it didn't go. He didn't go to prison. He didn't go to jail. It didn't even go to court because it was reasonable self-defense because he was in the struggle and he killed him. Another guy, farmer, shot a guy who broke into his house, but the guy was running away and he was outside and he got shot. So he went to prison. And that was for manslaughter. So it's similar to the US. It's just we call it reasonable force.
Yeah. But, like, I mean, so somebody broke into this guy's farm, and because he was shot, like, in the back, and this is, I imagine that was at night. Like, I mean, that in almost anywhere in the United States, like, once somebody's on your property, it's called illegal entry with intent. Like, you're like, you're justified to use deadly force. Especially in your own home.
Even if they turn the back and they're running away.
I mean, that depends on the state. Like, I mean, but honestly, like, I mean, it's very hard to, unless prosecution can prove some kind of, like, and if there's a pre-existing relationship. So, like, a lot of time, if there's a pre-existing relationship where or they can prove some kind of, like, but like, if somebody just breaks in to somebody's house and then, like, that person wakes up and they have a gun near the bed, and so the person starts running, it's like, if they get shot on your front lawn, I mean, it's like, how do you know that there's not another, how do you know that there's not 3 of them, and you're
where I think the UK law is a bit weak is for example, if someone broke into your property and that you're fighting with them and you stab them and then they're just like disarmed at that point, and if you stabbed them a few times after that and they could prove that in a court of law, you're going to prison. Whereas I think if you finish the job as such, if you finish the job, I see that as neutralizing the threat. So I don't see anything wrong with that. But in the UK law, because they classed as unreasonable force or excessive force because you've already disarmed the person and then you've gone on to kill them. But in my eyes, if I was in that moment, and a lot of people in that moment, you'd think just because they neutralize now, they might get back up and start stabbing you in about 20 seconds. So I'd want to finish the job personally. That's what I do.
I mean and that's one of those things. It's like, I mean, you could stab a guy and he could be holding like his wound and shit, and he could still be coming at you. You could be crawling, like, I mean, and you're, what if you're in like the Midlands or some shit and you gotta wait like 45 minutes for like the cops to get there, right? And like, it's like, what do you get? It's like you're just supposed to just like put your foot on his shoulder and make sure he doesn't get up, like, and he's still making threats. He's like trying to reach for whatever blunt object, like.
Yeah, but if it was your mate from Lucerne, he'd ring the police and just fucking start stabbing them up.
Yeah, there was no guy after all. he just fucking. Yeah, but I mean, dude, and see, like, shit like that is crazy to me too.
Was your friend called Raoul Moat by any chance?
No.
Okay.
No, he has one of the most British names ever.
Smith.
Like, no, his like, dude, his his last, I could say his last name, like, or his first name, just not both. But his last, like, I mean, his last name's Williamson. So, like, I mean,
proper posh, any?
I mean, not. He's the opposite of pop, bro. Luton. I mean, Luton. I mean, dude. I mean, I do have some like posh friends and fucking like around Chelsea and like London and then and one person on the Isle of Man.
Did you watch any of the protests in the UK this weekend?
Yeah, I saw it. Well, I saw some videos, yeah, and like, I mean, it looks pretty fucking. It looks pretty. Yeah, it looks fucking. It looks worthy of. I mean, it being called social unrest for sure.
Did you know Bodak went to the protest?
Really? No, I did not.
Yeah, he's releasing a video in exactly 50 minutes. Exactly 50 minutes. Yeah.
And like what?
Premonition 9.
Yeah, we should probably raid that now.
Let me see.
I mean,
I thought it was 9. Let me just check.
Yeah, because he's been. I thought he was. I thought he was like kind of on vacation. I mean, I guess he's back. Dude, knowing him, he would have it set to premiere.
49 minutes. Yeah, 49 minutes. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to go get some food and then I'm going to watch the Bodak.
Yeah, I feel you. Yo, really quick though, I wanted to ask you, bro, that fight. So I heard, I actually didn't see this, but I heard that you like, did you do like a watch along for that Liverpool game?
No, it wasn't for the Liverpool game. Why did you think it was the Liverpool game? I don't
know.
Checked on the channel.
Someone told me that.
No, it was for the fucking the protest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. That dude, that Liverpool game was fucking dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh man, fuck me. I was watching it, and I mean, Liverpool are going to win the season. They're going to win the title.
Oh yeah, they will. But dude, how fucking a penalty kick at fucking 90 minutes plus 5 added time?
Yeah, 95 minutes. The last bit of the game.
Bro, I needed that shit for a parlay. But dude, Newcastle looked good. like I mean they look good. Dude, Arsenal's looking decent, but like I mean Bodak was the one that told me that Arsenal always chokes, and like you know when I thought about it, he was right. But like I mean, dude, Liverpool.
No one's coming close to Liverpool this season. You can just see the fight in them. Like they've scraped 2 wins. Like when you're winning games in the last minute, like it's a mentality. It's a mentality, and Man City have already lost 2 games. Also, have Arsenal lost? I think Arsenal have lost a game.
I think they lost 1, yeah, or it was a draw. What do you okay? So what do you think about? Because I mean, World Cup ain't that far away, right? What do you think of England's national team?
I like it. I like it. I think we're going in the right direction. And are we going to win it? I don't know. It's early doors. It's early doors yet. We've got a new manager. He's getting together the team. They've got Lionel play with each other. We've got a lot.
That's the biggest thing. Yeah, I was just saying that's the biggest thing with Italy is that they beat Israel 5-4, but they were up a shitload, and then they had 2 own goals because fucking he playing Spadori keeps playing around with formations, but they're I don't know, dude. I think he likes Vertegui a lot. And Calafiori shouldn't be on the team. The fact that Ciro Immobile didn't get the call up is annoying. But dude, you see England making how far do you see England going in the World Cup?
I'd say we're going to get deep into the knockout stages. I think we've got a team that can win it. I think we're always going to be in it. It's just whether they can step up on the occasion. Quarters, semis. It depends on the tournament, the vibe. I think there's so many factors with international football. There's so many factors.
You think Harry Kane, because Harry Kane's been fucking lighting shit up for fucking Bayern, but like he's playing way better for Bayern than he did for Tottenham.
Yeah, like, Bayern are a better team. They win trophies, don't they?
Yeah, true. They do.
Tottenham don't. I think that's going to instill a mentality into Harry Kane. That's why I think he needed to leave Tottenham, as he was doing everything for Tottenham, everything that he should have, but he's still not winning the trophies. And when you start winning trophies, it engulfs a mentality into your fucking brain. That's why Liverpool are flying at the moment, because they've got that mentality, and it's carried through to the new season. And I think that's what Harry Kane needed, and he started banging them in again, hasn't he? And I feel like, and don't forget, England have got like quite a deep squad now. Like, if Harry Kane was having a shit game, we have got Ollie Watkins who can come on. We have got like game changers, and with Rashford at Barcelona now, that's hopefully he can find his form again.
Yeah, Bodak used to fucking give me shit. I was president of the Marcus Rashford fan club, but like he's fucking he's good. I mean, dude, I just want Italy to fucking win the World Cup again. So fucking So they don't today. It's the second most victories, tied with Germany, which is bullshit because it was East and West Germany. I
think at the next World Cup we're going to see a different England squad, because like I was saying, with Harry Kane, he's not won anything at Tottenham, so he hasn't got that mentality. The same with Rashford. Rashford's been a shit Man United club for the last 5-6 seasons, or however long he's been there, not winning anything. And getting a shitload of abuse. Now he's with a Barcelona squad that'll be challenging for the title and winning maybe winning trophies this season. So his mentality is going to be uplifted. And then you've obviously got fucking Bellingham.
Yeah, Bellingham's good. Yo, so I have my final question for you about the next UFC card. And I don't know how, like, basically, I mean, dude, like, the main event, Reyes versus Olberg, that's one where, like, I like both of them, and it's very difficult to predict. Like,
I'm riding the Reyes train.
Dude, I want to so badly. I want to see him. I wanted to see him on a revenge tour. I wanted him to fuck Jan up and then fuck you.
That's what I want. I just want him to come back and have a massive revenge tour and just fucking keep knocking people out left, right, and center.
Yeah, and he's only a year older than Olberg. The thing is, though, it's like, if you remember his first round against Anthony Smith, dude, it like his chin's got to be compromised from the fucking, from the dark hole he was in after John Jones, and like, he doesn't do well against counter strikes. He kind of like he kind of just like he kind of just attacks. And I mean, the way Olberg handled Menafield, where he game plans very well, and both of them have crazy knockout power. It's just like Olberg is, Olberg in his last two fights definitely, he was only a step ahead of his opponents, but those are, Ozdemir and Jan are tough opponents. I mean, I don't see people are saying that, like, they see Olberg point fighting. It's like, you can't point fight against Dominic Reyes. Like, it's a killer be killed fight. I mean, it's a tough, because like Olberg got knocked out by people don't remember him getting knocked out by Kennedy Nzechukwu in his debut, and then but I mean, the same thing happened to Pavlovich against Alistair Overeem. It's like, debut getting knocked out and then go on a run. But dude, that card looks good.
I just don't think Olberg's that good where, like you say, that he'll point, take it to decision, like point score.
Yeah, I don't think Reyes allows that.
Reyes, he's not going to allow it because he's got his head back on now. He's got momentum. I think after the Jones fight, he was crushed. And
he was crushed. Yeah.
This is what I really fucking dislike about the UFC. He goes from John Jones to fucking Jan to fucking Yuri, and like he should have had Ryan Spann, a Ryan Spann type of fight after the Jones fight.
Well, that's all. I mean, to go from a title shot all the way to the. I mean, right?
You know what I mean, though, like fighting the Polish Power and then Yuri back to back after the deflation of John Jones, like.
Well, I would almost look at that as like disrespect in a way. No, I mean, think about dude. Okay, so who do you think? So like Diego Lopez, he lost his title shot to Volkanovski. He's already lost to Movsar. I mean, you could really only give him Yair, right? And then Gene Silva, because he just lost to Lopez, he's probably going to wind up getting like a Steve Garcia, or like, I mean, it probably will be that, because it's like, who else in featherweight?
Yeah, but I know everyone thought the Gene Silva fight was an odd fight, but in Lopez's eyes, Silva wasn't ready for that fight, so he fought down. Like where Gene Silva, he was ranked 10 or something after that, and I know everyone's thinking, oh, Gene Silva is fucking nails.
But yeah, they fast tracked all of them. All the fighting nerds got fast tracked, but also
the thing with that, Lopez was licking his lips, thinking, "I'm going to beat this guy," and look what he did to him.
I think Silva. Sorry, go ahead.
I think Silva, his world class striking. His striking was fucking beautiful, but it was too soon. The fight was too soon for him.
I thought, yes. I also, I don't know that he skill wise wasn't ready. I think that he fought Diego Lopez like he was fighting fucking, like he was fighting someone, that wasn't Diego Lopez. You know what I mean? Like I think I think he wasn't ready for the constant threats.
He was overcommitting a lot. He was overcommitting a lot. But this comes with experience, and I think he needed another fight before taking.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that at all. I think and I think like
like you say, he's got the skills, everything's there. What he was lacking in that fight was experience, like the ability to calm it down and just be a bit more patient.
Yeah, you're right. And I don't even think that that's like a fight IQ thing. I don't think he has like a Leon Edwards problem. I think it's more that he just didn't understand that he was like, that he had like he couldn't start slow, and basically, yeah. I mean, the problem with Diego Lopez is now is like kind of almost like the problem you had with Brendan Royval at flyweight, which is like, this guy's lost to the champion. Like he's fought, virtually everybody, which is why I was so happy that Joshua Ben beat him. But because how could Ben really beat Pantoja given the submission threat? That's a great fight still, but like, it's like, and okay, so I know I said that was the last thing I was gonna bring up, but what do you think about Volkanovski versus Lerone Murphy? Because in my mind, it's just like, Volkanovski he's not the same Volkanovski as he was, prime Volkanovski basically the Volkanovski that beat Ortega, that went up, almost beat Islam, came down, like finished Jair like it was nothing. It's just he spent the last 2 rounds against Lopez basically avoiding getting knocked out by an uppercut. You know what I mean? And he thinks Lerone Murphy is like the most beatable of in the weight class. Like he won, and Movsar's been fucking stepped over for a title shot how many times?
Yeah, my thoughts on Murphy is I felt like we saw him level up in that last fight against Pico. And I know it's Aaron Pico. I know it's Aaron Pico, and Aaron Pico is overrated as fuck. And
very overrated. I was happy that he got it. Go ahead. Yeah. I'm sorry.
And he was expected to beat him, and that's exactly how it should have gone. But it was how we beat him. And this comes back to the argument that you can only beat who's in front of you. And in that fight, we saw things from Lerone Murphy that he is ready for the title fight. He is.
I agree.
For a title fight, and he could beat Volk. He could. I'm always going back the Brit. I'll always back the Brit, but
I think he wins. I think he wins because he knows. First of all, he needed a finisher. Absolutely right. For people to, because dude, he had finishes early on in the UFC, but not in a long time. But the thing about Lerone Murphy is like, in a way that's almost less like scumbagish than Ian Murphy. Lerone Murphy, like, no, he fights to win rather than fights to kill. You know what I mean? Like he knows that like in the Emmett fight, like you could see a lot of that.
Yeah, I think I saw that at one of the London events when he was fighting. Fuck knows, was it Cullerball? I can't remember. Was it Cullerball? It might have been Cullerball. It was was it the Aspinall fight? It might have been. But I remember going and I was thinking, yeah, he knows how to win and he knows how to grind out fights. But he is capable.
Dan Ige almost beat him, and he turned that shit around. He's very conscious of that, while also, while also not like sort of just avoiding,
the problem is it's Volkanovski, And Volk's at the tail end of his career now, and you've got to think. I didn't think he'd beat Lopez. I
had him beating Lopez based on basically based on it's like there is a period of time where you see like you can kind of see it in people like Jim Miller. Where it's like, okay, it's like you're just, I mean, power is the last thing to go, with age, but, a certain amount of experience and fight IQ is like, you could tell that like, they've seen everything and they've been hit with everything. They know how to handle everything. And so it's like that.
The thing is, we hear it from fighters at this sort of age where they're like, and I knew what to do. It's just my body wasn't reacting in time, or my body wasn't doing what it needed to do, or like KO said in the Imavov fight, he said my adrenaline just didn't kick in. Like,
dude, I knew Imavov would win that fight easily. Like I mean, Matua and I did like a settle of the arc. He had Barala for a second, so we did like a panel, like where we like watched along, like because they had Cannonier in common, so I just called it the fucking Cannonier test. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Dude, Imavov has. That's a fighter. Think back to it was only the beginning of last year where he barely beat fucking what's his name by majority decision. No, not Brendan Allen. Fuck. Why is his name escaping me? Middleweight Jordan. Delise. Roman Delise. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, that was a.
Yeah, that was he did terribly in that fight, and then he went on to. I mean, the Cannonier stoppage was.
They both gassed like in round 3, if I remember, and Delite was just like spamming takedowns or something.
Yeah. And then he was like, I mean, he lost. He was probably up 2-1 against Cannonier before what was an early stoppage that may have ended in a finish anyway. But he did well against Cannonier, and then Brendan Allen got him down, and then he made Brendan Allen pay for it. But Brendan Allen, if you think about it, Brendan Allen, when he loses fights, he doesn't give a highlight reel, finish to most. I mean, dude, I would say, like, I don't know if you remember the catchweight 190 fight that he had with Sean Strickland, where Strickland knocked him out in the second round. That might be the worst anyone's made him look, by finish. So it's like, that was a long time ago, but still, yeah, like, I mean, coming off of that, but then, I mean, the way he beat Izzy, bro, was so, it was such like, and it's like, dude, Israel Adesanya, it's like, I mean, it's like, that's, I mean, I don't think he was washed in that fight, dude. It's just that, like, watching that fight, it's like, okay, Imavov's looking for any split second for an opening, and he's improved like so much. Like, I mean, he lost to Sean Strickland, and he basically, like, he did improvement with every fight. And so, I mean, if he's, I mean, I don't see Dreykus getting an immediate rematch just because of how fucking ragdolled he got. So
I don't think he'll want an immediate.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus.
I don't think he'd want an immediate. But then maybe he will. Maybe he will want the immediate rematch. But
I mean, I think he would. I mean, but it's like, how long? I mean, then that's a fucking long wait and I mean, Hamzat's probably ready to defend the belts as soon as possible. I mean, because you got to remember, it's like Hamzat has the whole. I mean, people are still saying it's like, okay, great, Hamzat's champion, so it's gonna be 3 years till he defends the belt, just because he had a bunch of canceled fights.
Yeah, no, I mean that was legal issues and visa issues, and
no,
don't
yeah, I
forget
know, I
the
know,
COVID thing.
I know.
Like,
People are stupid with that
I
shit.
know a lot of people have said things about it, and it is true. There is that worry, but I think that's all in the past now. I think he'll defend. He'll want be active. He'll want be
Yeah,
active.
I
But
agree. I mean,
it's not just about the Amzat. I think the UFC have protected him a little bit. I think they've wanted hold him for certain cards and not want him fight as often because they know he's a star in the making. And I think they've wanted to hold on to it a little bit.
yeah, I agree. I mean that's definitely true too. And all right, so yeah, one more question because this is like I mean I think Marab, because I remember being on Frankie's panel with you, and like you forced me into doing a top 5 pound for pound list. And as much as I think pound for pound lists are fucking retarded, like I think I think Marab is pound for pound number 1, honestly. And like I mean there's a reason why him defending the belt against Sandhagen is the undercard, is the co-main. It's like he's it's just obvious that what he's. I mean, Umar easily beat Sandhagen, and Marab beat Umar with 4 months turnaround. It's just and it's like he'll take out Sandhagen. And I think Marab's about to start showcasing things that people didn't even know he was capable of. He's gonna start finishing people. And
He's not going to start finishing people.
bro,
Marab's a one-trick pony. He's a one-trick
he's
pony.
a one-trick pony. Yeah, bro. I've been saying this about Marab since the Marlon Marias fight, where it's like Marab is capable of shit. He's capable of doing whatever the fuck he feels like, bro. Like he knocked out Marlon. Dude, come on, that sub on O'Malley. No one thought he was gonna finish him that way. Like, I mean, and like God only, and Sandhagen looked fucking amazing against Figueiredo. But I mean, dude, like, I mean, Sandhagen has no chance, right?
I wouldn't say no chance. It's MMA, but yeah, Marab's just going to do what he does.
So my question is like, I mean, what do you think? I mean, do you think that? Because I think if Marab just stays still, meaning like he doesn't do the shit where he going up a weight class, trying to do the double champ shit. Like, if he just sits tight at bantamweight, bro, he'll hold that belt for forever.
Yeah, I think he'd be stupid going up. I think he'd be.
Yeah, and Pantoja did too. Also,
we're in that era now. We're in that fucking era. Why wouldn't he? If he defends the title like 5 times, why wouldn't he?
Well, yeah, but dude, my whole thing is. Yeah, I mean, my whole thing is do that though. Like defend it 5 times. Like Ilya going on. It's like, I mean, dude, Ilya had. He had Diego Lopez. He could Volkanovski rematch. Obviously Movsar. Like, I mean, and it's like the Charles Oliveira that he beat, bro, that's not the Charles Oliveira that Islam beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I think, and I'm sorry to say, Islam's gonna beat JDM, and then he's gonna go back down to lightweight, and that's a great fight, Islam versus Ilya, but Islam's just gonna take a tour of the belts, dude. But
he's not.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. JDM's going to wreck him.
You're very out of your mind, man. Dude, you think
out of your mind,
bro? Islam. Come on, Islam ain't no fake Palestinian named Bilal.
Too many fucking chat members. That's what I think you've been doing.
Bro, Islam ain't no fake Palestinian named Bilal, bro. His striking and JDM still has problems with takedown defense. Like, you wouldn't know it from the Bilal fight, but like, goddamn, dude, Islam will take him to the ground, and JDM will be helpless. I mean,
there's
and I love JDM. I love JDM.
Yeah, I know, but I think you're batshit crazy. I think JDM smokes him. I think he's going to embarrass Islam, and Islam's going to go cry back down. and he'll be forced to take the Ilya fight, and then he'll get knocked out again, and then he'll retire.
That's see, like it's like try and see that in your head though. Like, you know,
believe, achieve.
So you think
make it happen.
You think that the JDM is going to fucking knock out Islam Makhachev?
I think he's going to dominate him. Yeah, I absolutely think he's going to dominate him. And I feel like you're going to see Islam shooting for takedowns like his life depends on it, and they'll get stuffed, and then he'll just get dominated.
Bro, you're replaying the Bilal fight though in your head, like that's the thing.
That's how I envision it. I don't think Islam is that good that he can go up a weight class and beat the current champ. I just don't think he's that good.
I mean, you got to realize though, they both cut about the same amount of weight. Like Islam,
yeah,
dude,
I know they probably do. But there's a reason why JDM's fighting at welterweight, and there's a reason why Islam's fighting at lightweight.
Oh, I mean, you know, Islam fighting at lightweight had a lot to do with Habib. You know, Habib retiring.
I mean, yeah, but that's a mentality thing of the gym. If you're a welterweight and you're cutting to lightweight and suffering for it, then that's a mentality that I need to be the bigger guy. Like, and we know.
Well, I don't really believe in weight. I don't believe in the concept of like weight bullies because you're always sacrificing something, you know?
Yeah, like, that's true. But then, like, you feel like you have to sacrifice to get to lightweight, then that means that you don't feel confident enough to fight at welterweight.
No, I
think there's a difference when your natural build is closer to a certain division, and then you're moving up or down. I think that's entirely different.
I mean, in general, you're probably mostly correct. But I mean, with Islam in particular, I think there actually is a legacy thing with Habib retiring and and all that. Right? Like, I mean,
has he ever fought at in his early career? Has he ever fought at welterweight?
That is a very good question.
Let me check this out. I'll find out, because if he has, then.
Bro, how about while you're looking that up, how about Neil Mag? Dude, I got that Neil Magny pick in that last fight, but like he's already fighting.
He's never fought at welterweight. You know why he was fighting at it early in his career?
Why?
Feather.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I could see that. I mean, dude, like, think about the craziness of how the different fighters. I mean, Jared Cannonier was a heavyweight at one point. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's. I mean, Dreykus, Strickland, they were welterweights. You know.
Well, yeah, I know.
I mean, what do you? By the way, I'm just looking at the Reyes Ulrich card. What do you like? I assume. I mean, dude. There's no way Jack Jenkins has to be Ramon Tavares, but Jake Matthews, Neil Magny's fighting already again, which is like, I mean, that I had him in that last fight, but there's no fucking way he beats Jake Matthews. I mean,
who was it who pulled out Neil Magny the other week? Oh, it's Sam Patterson. Sammy Patterson.
Sam Patterson pulled. Dude, wait. Patterson pulled out. Oh yeah. Patterson was.
He called out Magny, didn't he?
Oh yeah, you're right. He did. He's not getting him though. Magny's in 2 weeks. Magny's fighting Jake Matthews.
I know, but like, I'm just thinking, that'd be a good fight.
Really? I thought that was kind of like a call out for a layup. To be honest, I mean,
I think it's a smart call out though, isn't it? Like it's a name. And it's a real
and true.
It's a smart move.
Magny coming off a win too.
Get your name out there. Yeah, I think it's a smart move.
Dude, this card is good, man. I'm looking at this like, Jonathan McCallum versus Oban Elliott. Like, I mean, Elliott got very exposed in that last fight. I mean, that was a crazy fucking, like, no one saw that coming. And
Yeah,
then,
man.
yeah, I think, dude. Okay, so this is controversial. I guess I've always liked the Tapa brothers. I always have. I wish they would fucking roll a jujitsu class for fuck's sake. Um, but dude, I think they both win. They're both fighting on this card. Junior Top is fighting Ebo Aslan, who can't grapple for shit, and so and they're finally letting him fight at light heavyweight. He had to beg them for the longest time, and then he lost his fucking light heavyweight debut. Pissed me off. But and then Justin Top is fighting some Scottish fat ass Louis Sutherland, who he's got like a WMMA record. She's 6-3. Like yeah, he's competed in PFL. He's like 1-1, and then he lost the last year. He lost a Bellator Champion Series fight. Like, I mean, yeah, this guy looks ass. But dude, like, they gotta, like, it's like, what is it with fucking? It's like, why is Shamil Gaziev not doing wind sprints uphill right now? Like, what is it with certain heavyweights where it's just they just don't think that cardio is a fucking problem, like, or an important, it makes no fucking sense to me.
Do you feel like there's been a bit of a regression with the shape and athleticism of heavyweights? Because I feel like we went from an era of ripped fucking alpha men who were fucking massive, ripped and fucking, or at least looked athletic, to this fat piece of shit that we get now.
I think that, dude. So yeah, you're right, because do you remember the what's his name, jiu-jitsu guy that they brought in, and he wound up losing to fucking Martin Boudet kind of recently. He was like fuck, he was fat as fuck. Is like Buchecha. Yeah, he was. Yeah, Martin. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, okay, this guy's a grappler. He ain't no Jason Almeida. Dude's fat. His guts getting in the way of every fucking, every submission he's trying to fucking lock up. And like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, Buchecha is world class. Like, he is a world class grappler.
yeah, but it's just like
business in MMA, probably not.
I mean,
Especially,
maybe not.
Did he fight? Did Buchecha actually fight at heavyweight?
Yeah, he fought Martin Boudet at heavyweight, and he was maybe he was like 263 or something. Like, and he was fat as fuck, dude. Like, and then who else? Fucking, there's another. God, dude, they're all like, I mean, what's that guy? He was. It's like, what do these guys do in training camp? Like, the one that just exists to. He's the fucking, and how in soccer, like the Faroe Islands and shit, like in like Liechtenstein and San Marino, they just exist to feed points to other teams in the qualifiers. It's like you got guys like Lucas Bresky is like the San Marino of the heavyweight division. Like, he just, even though he somehow beat Walter Walker, like that dude, he Brian Spann just fucking annihilated him. Like, and that guy, it's like you look at him and that guy's not even at the heavyweight limit, but it's like, what is that guy doing what has he been doing in training camp? Like, it's like some of these guys is like they just kind of like, they exist and they take the money and they get their ass beat and just fucking lumber off into retirement, or like, I mean, it's the rankings at heavyweight are crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's like Martin Boudet is there. I think Mick Parkin got robbed against Tybura, but like, Mick Parkin is at least like, I mean, that's a guy that, like, he's an athletic. He's athletic. He has cardio. I mean, and Spivak and Tybura were both like that for a while. I mean, I think Marcin Tybura's best days are behind him. Spivak fought weird as fuck against Cortez Acosta. Like, he had his guard up without trying to do anything. He shot no fucking takedowns, against a guy who's not even a grappler. You know, I mean, Pavlovich has been gun shy since the Aspinall loss, but like because he could have finished Acosta. Like I counted, I think 5 or 6 different times where if he had just kept striking instead of like stopping and moving back, like he would, would have been a finish. But like, I mean, I feel like he's a lot. The way he fought Rosenstrike was straight calculation. It was just take down, unanimous decision, go for the unanimous decision. Like, I mean, he's got to start throwing like he threw against Derek Lewis and Curtis Blades, you know. But yeah, dude, like, there's a split, obviously, like in the top. It's like the top 6. It's like a completely different class of fighters.
Yeah,
I mean, I think
no,
Almeida.
I agree with that. Which begs the question, like, why the fuck some fighters haven't moved up from light heavy?
I mean, Ryan Spann did.
Like your Johnny Walkers and stuff
I
like
think
that.
Walker.
Like, why aren't?
Well, Walker probably would have if he had just lost. I mean, Ryan Spann did, and he, and the adjustment cost them the first fight, but like they also gave him a harder opponent than they probably should have. But I mean, yeah, I mean, that's definitely true. I mean, I'm thinking, I mean, Jan could do it. I mean, especially given his age. I mean, there's a few of them that definitely, should fucking consider it. But I mean, also though, like, when you get a guy like Jailton Almeida who even like a prime Stipe who fought at like he was fighting at like 234. Like Almeida fights around 240. Guys like that are and they're like Almeida versus Volkov is a great fight like that's coming up because like I mean Volkov's grappling's gotten very good, but like I mean Almeida takes him to the ground and like. He's got problems. I mean, it's I have no idea what's going to happen in that fight. And then and also
for the rest of the year now, what's your favorite card? What card are you looking forward to the most?
I think Ankalaev is going to finish. It's gonna be like O'Malley Merab, where the first fight looked like it looked, and the second fight is just a display of absolute dominance. I think because people, if you rewatch on the Ankalaev versus Pereira, Ankalaev, so he almost finished him at the end of the second round, but he beat Pereira by doing so. Like he did the opposite of what like Jamal Hill did, for example. Jamal Hill literally just allowed Pereira to line up his perfect shot. Ankalaev just got so close to him that he completely neutralized him, and he hardly grappled at all.
Is that the fight that you're looking the most forward to for the rest of this year now?
I mean, are you talking about main events? I mean, I like
any fight. What fight are you most looking forward to?
Let me see. I mean, Almeida Volkov's up there. Let me look really quick. Almeida Volkov for sure. There's definitely
not your boy Merab.
I mean, Merab definitely, but Merab, and I'm excited to see Merab how creatively he finishes Sandhagen. But DeRitter versus I want to see Anthony Hernandez because Anthony Hernandez is the only. I honestly believe he's the only middleweight that presents a threat to Hamzat right now. And I mean, getting past DeRitter, he's gonna have to get past DeRitter in a in a very like in a fucking spectacular fashion, to have just I mean if he does to DeRitter what he did to what's his name Michel Pereira or or Kopolov even like which is possible. I mean
So I've heard the updates about the White House card. I've heard Dana White saying that he wants McGregor on the card.
I mean, dude, it's like, yeah, but like, bro, okay. I mean, if you want to make a futures bet with me, I guarantee you, he never fights in the UFC. Conor McGregor is never gonna fight MMA, any MMA.
Take that out of the equation. Is that the right fight to make for
the main event?
For the main event of a White House card.
Well, I mean, why is Jones back in the testing pool? It's Like, I mean,
I feel like for me, it's a no-brainer. If you're having a July 4th American Independence fucking day,
well, you want the president of Ireland? Like,
yeah, you want. There's only one guy to put on that card, and it's John fucking Jones.
yeah, John Jones, exactly.
Whoever the fucking heavyweight champion is at that
It'll
time.
be Aspinall. You know it'll be Aspinall.
I know, but just in case it's not, but it should be Tom Aspinall. Now, how fucking good would that be? England versus America. It's the perfect fucking fight.
It's the great. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, that's the fucking. Yeah, it's the. You know, and
it shouldn't even be mentioned. It shouldn't even be in the equation.
I mean, dude. He could be. I mean, honestly, it's like, and Conor McGregor's got $350 million, so I mean, he might not do this, but like, whatever. You want to do a fucking co-main with McGregor versus whoever the fuck?
If you're doing it, co-main, McGregor, BMF belt, that's what you do.
I like that.
Holloway versus McGregor, or McGregor versus Diaz. Get Diaz back and do the trilogy fight. All right.
I like that a lot, actually. That's a great fight, bro. Dude, did Nate Diaz ever get his $9 million that they fucked him out of for the boxing fight?
Did he fuck? There's no way they're giving him that. No way.
Bro, they really fucked him. But yeah, dude, I would.
It's not hard to fuck Nate Diaz as it. He's not got.
I mean, yeah, he's not.
And I don't think he's got the most intelligent people around him either. So, it wouldn't be that hard to fucking screw over Diaz.
At least he's not like kidnapped by some bitch like his brother, dude. That's some sick shit, bro. You know about that?
What's going on with Nick? What's going on with Nick?
Yeah, so like she's supposedly his girlfriend, but she like isolated him in a hotel from like his loved ones, and she was like, I like mad allegations where she was like just drugging him, and like you remember the footage of him like burning shit, like it's supposedly it's like she's basically been like she's like Yoko Ono the fuck out of him, like.
So he's getting tortured by.
It's like and his like it's fucking it's some bullshit, like yo Chrissy, I'm not gay, like by experience.
What?
Fucking nothing. What?
Why have you? Are you talking about? Are you talking about slipping it in your chat members again? How many times have I told you this stream, Giuliano? Stop trying to put your cock in your chat members.
No, it's like I mean I wouldn't I wouldn't try to. I mean sometimes they make it they make it impossible to. Anyway, you asked. All right. So Ateba Gauthier versus Ozzy Diaz. I mean, he's gonna truck through Ozzy Diaz, but Gauthier is like definitely a rising star. I'm just looking at fights like that are coming up. I think Yusuf Zalal is another featherweight prospect. I think, dude, if Yair could sub Josh Emmett, he definitely will. I think Yuri versus Khalil is tricky, but I think Yuri's gonna win. And then who the fuck is on this? Bro, this fucking Charles Oliveira versus Fiziev, bro. Fiziev's gonna beat him, dude. Like, I mean, it's too soon out there. And I think Montel Jackson beats Figueiredo. This guy Mario Pinto, he's like one of the only heavyweights that is like new in the division that I think could rise, eventually be a contender. And he's fighting Donata Denise. I mean, it's like I want, dude. Randy Brown's another one, but versus Von Team. Yeah, there's one fight I do not give a fuck about that I hate already is Vicente Luque versus Ponzinibbio. It's like I hate Vicente Luque. I hate to pick him for anything. Vitor Petrino. That's a light heavyweight that moved up and did well against Thomas Peterson. Dude, Thomas Peterson. Do you remember him thrashing Dontel Mays around? That was crazy.
No.
That was
Wow.
that was this year. Yeah, Peterson can wrestle, but yeah, Vitor Pacino, dude, Austin Lane's like the rite of passage for a lot of these guys. Vitor Pacino knocked him out. But yeah, like let me see. Don't Walter Walker versus Muhammad Usman. Like, I mean, Walter Walker's all
Yeah,
right.
I forgot about Volta. Maybe that's why Johnny's not moved up then, because Volta's
Yeah,
heavyweight, isn't he?
yeah, exactly. And I mean, and also, I mean, you know, like, I mean, he did win. I mean, that was a big upset. Like, and you know, that's oh yeah, Azamat Bakoev is yeah, he's a dude. Middleweight's got like a lot of good people like coming into it.
Yeah. The yeah, I like middleweight at the moment.
Yeah,
Middleweight's looking stacked.
dude, Azamat. Okay, this yeah, and light heavyweight. Here's one. This is on the Aspinall card. Azamat Mirzakhanov versus Alexander Rakic. So Azamat Mirzakhanov knows how to be 5'10" at light heavyweight, bro. I think he's so much better than, and he was gonna fight Johnny Walker, and Walker, whatever, he got injured or whatever, so they gave him Branson Ribeiro. And it's like, okay, if Mirzakhanov doesn't, it's like, you know, it better be a first round knockout, and it was. I think he's gonna finish Rakic. Like, and he's 36, so it's like he needs the. All right, here. This is all right. You know what fight I'm the most? I'll give it to you.
Have they announced the co-main for the Aspinall card? Is it Jandaroba versus Dean?
It is, but
No.
but also they got. I mean, the featured is Volkov Almeida, and then they got Umar versus Batista, and Mirzakhanov versus Rakic. Yeah, Jandaroba versus Dern doesn't really make sense. I mean,
Right, I'm going go now because the build thing's going.
Yeah. We should raid.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
drop the link.
Yeah,
I'll drop the link in the chat.
Yeah, drop the
if
link.
anyone wants to go watch.
Oh yeah, brutally here. I'm not even joking. This is the answer to your question right before you go. All right, the fight I am the most excited for. The rest is here, and I'm not joking at all. Chris Barnett versus Hamdi Abdel Wahab. Chris Barnett's got one more in him, bro.
Yeah. I fucking love Chris. Yeah,
I love Chris, dude.
I agree with that. No, yeah, definitely.
That's a fun fight, dude. This Aspinall card is lit, dude. It's like, yeah, that's on there too. But
anyway,
all right, yo,
it's been a
brutally honest MMA.
With you, Gio.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll talk soon. Everyone, go check out the Bodat video. It's starting premiering live right now on the Bodat channel. Links in the chat, and we'll catch you in a bit. Nice one.
Yeah, nice one. I'll try not to prey on my chat.
See you in a bit.
All right,
Peace.
Good.